Hi, I'm Nils Breckoff, and welcome to another episode of Food Louisiana, your look into all things happening in the vibrant local food scenes of South Louisiana. On today's show, we'll take you on a trip down the bayou to spice it up at the Cajun Hot Sauce Festival in New Iberia. Then we'll check in with one of the capital city's hottest spots that's doing Spanish-style dishes with a distinctly southern flair. And the chef will even show you how to make one. What happens when a blogger, a brewer, and a food truck team to make dinner? We'll show you with a tip of the cap to a 90s pop culture phenomenon. All this and more coming up next, so stick around for this edition of Food Louisiana. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Food Louisiana. It's a condiment so uniquely Louisiana that it has become iconic. Hot sauce. So where better than the Bayou State to crown the champion of capsaicin? That's what they're doing at the New Iberia Cajun Hot Sauce Festival, where fiery concoctions the world over go to compete and claim the championship. We took a trip down the bayou to be the judge of what sauce would be first in fieriness. Take a look.
The Cajun Hot Sauce Festival is in its 13th year. It's held at the Sugarina in New Iberia, Louisiana. We have a carnival, we have music, we have national recording artists that come in to do our shows. It's 3 days of fun, food. On Sunday we have a jambalaya cook-off, so lots of great food type of experiences like we're doing tonight with the hot sauce judging competition. The festival's activities started a week or two ago with our Queen's pageant where we chose our new queen, Miss Camille Delcom is our queen this year. That was the first part of right here at the Slyman Theater in New Iberia. Tonight, Monday night of the week of the festival, we're having our hot sauce judging competition. Then this weekend, we'll have the carnival, we'll have the concerts, and we'll have the jambalaya cook-off as well.
Representing the festival is actually a very important responsibility for me. So over the next year, I will be traveling the state of Louisiana at different festivals, different events, representing the Hot Sauce Festival in New Iberia.
It's grown dramatically. We've grown to where this past year our attendance numbers were over 16,000, and at this year's festival we're actually trying to top over 20,000 people coming to the festival. The Hot Sauce Awards has 13 different categories. This year we set a record for the number of hot sauces that we received. We have over 217 different hot sauces this year from 7 different countries. We do have some local entries, and we even have a local category. We have a Louisiana style hot sauce category that we have others from other areas and even outside of the country who've entered in the Louisiana style category, which is a little bit more vinegar based hot sauce than some of the other categories. So Louisiana is well represented at the Hot Sauce Festival with their own category.
I prefer a smokier hot sauce, I always have. Just a little bit more of that poblano feel to it. I like it when it has that smoky depth. If it's just straight hot sauce or straight vinegary, don't really like it. But I'm very anxious because I had no idea I'd be trying this many, so I'm very excited.
With over 200 different sauces, it's kind of like, it's not about the heat. When we go through these hot sauces, it's not about how hot can we ingest, because there's some super capsaicin out there that could hurt you bad. This is more about flavor. This is a condiment that should be added, that could be added to your food that enhances the flavor of whatever you're adding it to. And we want the best enhancement of that flavor. Our winner last year was Canso sauces made by a company called W.O. Hesperus. They used the Captain Mowat branding of it. And he actually has entered almost every year we've had a contest. So he's had multiple winners. He's from Maine. We've had other winners multiple times who have entered countless numbers of times, so we have had multiple winners. But again, this is the first year that we have over 200 different hot sauces for our judges to actually go through and judge.
Well, actually, I will be judging some of the cups, so I will be taste testing tonight.
Now, I'm just looking forward to seeing, especially from different countries, their idea of hot sauce compared to, what Cajuns do.
We have limited edition batches that are entered into the competition where they may have only made one pot of this and may only have 20 bottles of it sitting around, but they've entered it in all the contests. Another good feature about our festival this year is we're going to crown a champion of champion hot sauces. The only way that you could enter that category was you would have had to have won first place in any other hot sauce competition anywhere in the world. We have several entries from around the world: New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Mexico, Canada, Costa Rica. All kinds of different people who have won awards in their country and are trying to become the world champion of hot sauces here at the Hot Sauce Festival. It's not just about coming to see the festival, because typically our acts are at night on Friday and Saturday. Gives you a little time to actually tour the New Iberia area. Come to places like we're here tonight at Clementine's. Go to Avery Island and visit Tabasco, the home of one of the reasons we're doing this, and actually a sponsor of the Hot Sauce Festival. You know, enjoy what we have here in New Iberia, in Iberia Parish.
You need to not miss it, because if there's anything that can, any condiment that signifies Louisiana, it is hot sauce. And being a part of this is being a part of Louisiana. It's being part of our culture.
Join us next year in April, every April, for the Cajun Hot Sauce Festival.
Keep an eye out next year for the Cajun Hot Sauce Festival, where you can go and spice it up. Next on Food Louisiana, we'll show a Baton Rouge hotspot that's doing tapas Southern style. Don't miss it. Welcome back to Food Louisiana. In recent years, Spanish food has surged in popularity, leading to tapas-style dishes showing up on lots of menus, and small plates becoming a culinary buzzword. But in downtown Baton Rouge, there's one restaurant offering the public their small plates with a uniquely Southern twist. It's Restaurant IPO.
Well, I started in this business 20 years ago. I was age 14 when I started professionally cooking in Lafayette, and just kind of fought my way to the top. No formal education as far as culinary goes, just kind of self-taught, and picked up as much as I could from chefs here in the South and across the country. You know, I'd say I probably made the decision at about 16 years old that I was going to do this the rest of my life. Second guessed it up until about 2 weeks ago. But you know, it's been a good, long, hard road, and wouldn't change it for the world. The visionaries originally behind Restaurant IPO is Eric Masicek and Brant Broussard. They own the Office Bar here and the Office Bar in Lafayette. They had the dreams of putting a restaurant down below the Office Bar here, and definitely were actively involved in the hospitality industry, but didn't have a ton of food background. And we're looking for a leader to help make that dream come true. So the three of us together have put together this concept to what it is today. I think the boys in the beginning were really looking to have guests be able to step off the street of downtown Baton Rouge and feel like they had left Baton Rouge, just even for that 1 hour that they're in here dining. You know, and our catchphrase here is eat, drink, stay. So the philosophy behind that was to get them to come in and have something unique to eat, have a great pairing of drink, whether it be one of our 7 Louisiana craft beers or some of our in-house infused spirits. And then they could stay and have some entertainment upstairs at the Office Bar or here, whichever it be. With the design that we have, and you can see it with all the woodwork and everything, a lot of our exposed old architecture. This building here is over 100 years old. We tried to leave a lot of the plumbing still very much visible. The wall over here to my left is still very much old style. Upstairs in the bar, all the old cypress beams and gates up there. I mean, just, you know, it was very important to us to be able to explore with some new stuff that we could do, but still highlight all the old construction here in downtown. And that's hard to do when you build from the ground up. Our cooking style and cuisine style here is very much Louisiana. But we do a lot of unique things and combine a lot of unique flavors that most people don't typically use. Well, the menu's 60% tapas. You know, we also have some entree, salads, sandwiches, that kind of thing for your late night diners, as well as, you know, our lunchtime. But we really push the tapas tour, and basically that consists of, you know, you come in with 1 or 2 guests, sit down, take the tour of the tapas menu by ordering 2 or 3 things to start. Go through them, see what you think, see if you're still hungry, pair with some drinks with it, order a couple more, and, you know, before you know it, you can actually go through our whole tapas menu with probably 4 guests just by, exploring the small plates. Show you guys several of our tapas dishes. The Pequeno tacos, which, it's funny you mentioned the LA Seafood Board, which is actually on the healthiest seafood items that they're doing right now, the LouisianaSeafoodForLife.com, where you can get on there and actually vote for our Pequeno tacos, which is a really cool dish, redfish ceviche in a mini taco shell with avocado relish. So you got a few different things happening there, but featuring that Louisiana redfish. Today we're also going to do the Bayou eggs, which is one of our biggest sellers. It's our play on a traditional deviled egg, but it's got crawfish and tasso in the mix, topped with a fried oyster on it. And then I'm working on a brand new dish that we're going to do today in the kitchen, which is a coffee-cured duck breast with the tin roof coffee porter and berry compote on top of it. The number one reason that I'm still a chef here in Louisiana is because of the products that are available nearby. Within 150 miles of here, you can get anything you can possibly imagine. There's a lot of people who say they, use the local products. There's very few that can actually prove it. If they're not using the resources correctly. But, for instance, we're going to get in the kitchen today and use probably 4 or 5 different Louisiana products all in one dish. And, those little things, Steen syrup out of Abbeville, Louisiana. I'm going to use Tin Roof beer today, which is out of Baton Rouge. Just several onboard things that we do every day that we try to utilize that local product, and it makes a bean of a difference. I mean, huge. We're going to also use some community coffee today, which is, one of the bigger success stories of Louisiana food there's ever been. So, we're definitely using that local stuff. And you can see it here with the wood. All this wood is Louisiana based as well. All the furniture here was handcrafted from a guy out of New Orleans. So we just try to stay through and through with the food, the atmosphere, the drinks, the whole 9 yards. Everything is Louisiana. This is a step out of Baton Rouge, or out of Louisiana basically, just for a day, just for a meal, whatever it be. We've got a very unique setting as far as dining space goes. Service is true Southern hospitality, and the Louisiana food just shines through.
What a great example of the diversity of cuisine to be found here in the South Louisiana food scene. But we're not done yet. After this break, Chef Chris Wadsworth will show you how to make one of his most popular dishes with some star ingredients from right here in Red Stick. Don't miss it. Welcome back. Now it's time to head into the kitchen of Restaurant IPO, where Chef Chris Wadsworth will show you how to make one of his Louisiana originals, coffee seared duck with berry compote and duck cracklings. Check it out.
So today we're going to do a little bit of Louisiana duck breast. We're going to sear it in some community coffee, cook it down with Tin Roof parade ground coffee porter, make a little berry compote with it. So we're going to start off by taking off this skin, because we're going to take off this skin and actually make a little duck crackling with it. All right, skin's off. Skin's going into the fryer. While that's frying, we're going to get started with the duck breast. Get a little hot pan going. Extra virgin olive oil. We're going to salt and pepper it first. Sea salt, fresh ground black pepper. Put a little of our dry rub on it, which is brown sugar, community coffee. Let that get started. In this other pan, we're going to go ahead and work on a little berry compote with our Tin Roof parade ground coffee porter. A little fresh Steen syrup as well. We're going to let it start working in here. A little coffee porter. And we're going to add some fresh berries, little blueberries, raspberries. Now, this duck's best served at about mid-rare medium, so we're gonna let it sear for just a few minutes and flip it over. Should have a nice crust on the outside of it. All right, so our duck's seared. You can see the nice dark on the outside of it. We are gonna let it sit for just a minute. I always said let your meat rest as soon as it comes out of the pan or off the grill. That way all the juices don't run out as soon as you cut into it. It will have a little bit come out, but we're gonna let it sit for a minute. Sauce is starting to thicken up here. We're gonna let it reduce down just a tad bit more. Over here in our fryer, we got this duck crackling that's ready. We're gonna pull it up. We're gonna put it on our cutting board, and I'm gonna slice it in real thin to put on top. It'll be kind of our garnish. All right, we'll set that off to the side. Let's go ahead and cut our duck. We'll cut some thin slices of it out. You see here in this duck, it's still got a little bit of blood coming out of the middle of it. That's perfect. That's just how we want it. It's still gonna be real juicy. All right, we got one coffee seared duck. We're gonna set down the duck kind of shingled down here through the plate. All right. Got our berry compote here. You can see it thickened up real nice. We'll put the berries down here on the end. Drizzle a little bit of sauce over the top. Top it with a little duck crackling. There we go.
If you want to try that delicious dish out, go to foodlouisiana.com. We've got the recipe posted there for you. Bon appetit. Next on Food Louisiana, what happens when 3 of South Louisiana's food and drink powerhouses team up to do a dinner? We'll show you next, so stick around. A brewer, a blogger, and a food truck. Sounds like an unlikely pairing of ingredients, but put them together and it's a recipe for success. Take a look at the first of several pop-up dinners at the Tin Roof Brewery in Baton Rouge, with a little nod to the 90s thrown in.
All right, a pop-up restaurant is where you take a space that is normally not a restaurant and you just convert it very temporarily, this time one night only, into a restaurant. We're doing a dinner service for 60 people and at a brewery. And so there's no kitchen at this brewery. We brought a food truck, Taco de Paco, and then a lot of my outdoor cooking equipment, a big barbecue pit, and a big cast iron pot that we cooked the soup in, and now a risotto in a big cast iron pot. Kind of crazy stuff, but that's what we're doing because there's not a kitchen here. We created our own kitchen at a brewery and did a 6-course dinner for 60 people.
I mean, it just kind of came together all of a sudden. You know, Jay Ducote, he's a really well-known blogger, personality, and he and I have been talking for a while. How can we do something together? How can we make something big that takes advantage of our ability to be mobile and maneuver into different spots, and his knowledge of food, and how can we marry those two together. And it happened to us all of a sudden. We said, we've got this great local brewery here in Baton Rouge. Why not take advantage of what we have already here? And so we approached the Tin Roof guys. It was a natural fit. And so, it came together. We put a menu together. We got it out, and just the response has been amazing.
He kind of pitched the idea to us, and we just jumped all over it. We don't do many beer dinners. What we really like to do is get people here at the brewery to see what it is we're doing here and see where the brewery is, everything that goes on. So being able to combine the two really was an awesome idea.
Well, it was really just talking with the owners of the Tin Roof Brewing Company, and they wanted to do more food-related things. They wanted to do some things that showed how their beer pairs with food and how they're a part of the Baton Rouge community, which they absolutely are. And myself being a part of the Baton Rouge community in both food and drink with BiteandBooze.com and the radio shows that I do, what I really wanted to do was just say, well, let's take your beer and pair it with food. And I don't have a restaurant. I'm a food blogger and radio guy. I cook in my kitchen, but I just said, why don't we just do something at the brewery? And then the idea really just kind of went from there. The food truck got involved because we needed some sort of kitchen. We needed some sort of Department of Health certified kitchen that could come over, has the 3-compartment sink, has all that kind of stuff. And so it just made sense to bring a food truck over to be our kitchen and then cook a gourmet meal at the brewery.
It's not just a truck, our chef, he trained in fine dining for a number of years until he decided he wanted to start doing food trucks. And so, he's got the background, and normally he blends it into a taco environment and makes gourmet tacos. But tonight, he's really getting a chance to show off his culinary chops with Jay's ability to cook as well, and the menu's just fantastic.
Craft beer and good food just go together anyway. It's about appreciating the finer things. So, partnering with Jay and Taco de Paco, Chef Aaron over there, and pairing the foods and cooking with the beer, it just made, it's great. And it's also a way for us to showcase our beers and what they pair well with the meats, the salads, just showcase each beer.
Well, one thing about South Louisiana is we love to eat and we love to drink, and so combining those two things at a brewery, doing a pop-up restaurant, it's just it's kind of a lot of the trendy. I sometimes think it's a bad word, but this is a little bit trendy, but I think it's trendy because it's so cool. It's taken these people that love food. It's taken a food blogger and radio guy that likes to cook too, that was on MasterChef, and taken a food truck, which themselves are trendy, and going to a microbrewery, which itself is trendy, and just experiencing that culture that is food and beverage in South Louisiana. There's not a better place for it.
When we were talking about doing this pop-up restaurant, it seemed like a natural fit. Food trucks have been such a hit in Baton Rouge for the last couple of years. Pop-up restaurants are sort of the next big culinary thing in some of the bigger cities. So as the trend gravitates towards Baton Rouge, we figured, why not take something that's already hot right now in food trucks, blend it with a pop-up restaurant, and turn it into what we've got here. And so when you see the fine dining coming out, when you try and find Taco de Paco on the streets, think that in a tortilla, and that's what we are.
Yeah, for us, it's Louisiana is known for cuisine. It's the perfect state for us to tie in craft beer, and craft beer is really starting to catch on here in Louisiana, and it's just natural for it to catch on anyway. You think about a major culinary center in the United States is right here in Louisiana, so for us, it's a natural fit. I think craft beer is probably going to be, could be potentially one of the next great things that Louisiana is known for.
Keep your eyes out, because these pop-up dinners are only growing bigger and better, and you won't want to miss the next one. We'll be right back. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Food Louisiana. We hope you enjoyed the show. For more info, recipes, and more, check out foodlouisiana.com. Follow Food Louisiana on Twitter, or like Food Louisiana on Facebook, and you'll be sure to never miss one bite of what South Louisiana has to offer. Until next time, I'm Nils Breckoff. Bon manger, everybody.